Hey, it's your boy BrogiNaric back again with another review, and today I'm going to be talking about Creed 3, the latest movie in the Creed franchise. And this one was special because it was directed by Michael B. Jordan, who is the star of this franchise, in his directorial debut. So Creed 3 starts off with Adonis Creed at the end of his career. He's starting to retire as the unified and undisputed world heavyweight champion. And now he's shifted off into management, and he's managing this young fighter who's now the champion. And he's trying to set up this big fight with him and Victor Drago, Ivan Drago's son. And an old friend from his past comes in and is looking for an opportunity to get back into boxing, because this guy was also a boxer and he's been out of the game for almost 20 years. I think it was, 18 years he's been locked up due to some old shit that happened with him and Creed back in the day. Creed looks out for him and he gives him this opportunity, and his friend Dame makes big controversy in the boxing world. And this is a very simple story. In a way, it's somewhat like a combination of like Rocky 5 and Rocky 3 to a degree, but it's much better. The characters and their development and their acting and backstory is all great. So this movie overall, I think, is amazing. Once again, this is his directorial debut, and I thought he did a really phenomenal job, and I'll be interested to see what he does in the future. Some of it is very stylized in the way it's shot, especially the fight scenes, I think, are really good. He did mention like anime was an inspiration, and hearing that, I thought the fights were going to be a little more over the top, but they actually played very straightforward. But at certain moments when it slows down and you can see certain things, they don't do that as much as, I mean, it's good for what they did. They did it about maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but it was really cool to see how the way it's shot when it's just the drama is very good, and it's good. But then when it gets to the fights, you can see it changes and it looks completely different, and it is really good. I think it meshes well too. This movie is a star-studded cast. We got Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Creed, who's the leader of this franchise. He's the son of Apollo Creed. He's really good in this. Like his acting is solid in this. His chemistry with Tessa Thompson, who plays his wife Bianca, is very good. His chemistry with the little girl who plays his daughter, Mila Davis Kent, Amara Creed, is very good. The stuff with the daughter, I think, is really, really good stuff, because she was born in the last movie, and now she's, 5 or 6 now, and she's completely deaf, like the mom who has progressive hearing loss. So there's a lot of moments where it's just her signing and them interacting. And it didn't dominate the story, but it was nice to see Creed as the boxer, also him struggling now, being retired and dealing with family life, which is stuff we've seen before in the Rocky films. He handles it a lot better than what Rocky handled it. Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, she's great. I think she was definitely sidelined in the second movie. They give her a little bit more to do in this movie. She's like a big recording artist, but now she's mainly producing because she has to step back due to her hearing and all of that. So that little subplot was cool, and how that ties into with the main villain of this film, Damian Anderson, played by Jonathan Majors. Their connection was really cool and interesting. Jonathan Majors is fucking great in this movie. He really is. He's doing top tier work right now. Unlike Ant-Man 3, where he like completely carries the whole movie, I wouldn't say he totally dominates this movie, but he is a really good piece to this film. Like, everyone in this film is on top of their game. Like, Wood Harris is really good. Alicia Rashad is really good. Like, everybody's bringing it in this movie, and Jonathan Majors is bringing it to everyone's level, but just a little bit more. He's really fucking great. Felix Chavez, who was the champion, the Mexican champion. That first fight between those two was fucking awesome. And you see like the regular guy who's just there, who's hungry, and then you got the guy who's the champion. He's got all the glitz and glamour, and he gets shown up. He almost gets murdered. He almost ended up like Apollo and Ivan. Like he got fucked up. That was a great boxing match. All the boxing matches, when they do happen, are really good. But the drama outside of that, I think it's very good. It's much more elevated than your typical Rocky film, because you have like 2 top tier actors playing the lead and the protagonist and the antagonist. It's really good. Like, this is a solid franchise without Rocky, and I know that's like a thing that's like, I guess, a talking point. I haven't been paying attention to it, but apparently Sylvester, he was trying to shit on the movie, like, oh, I'm not going to be involved and I don't want to deal with this, mainly because he, years ago when he created the movie, he signed a contract, and now that the franchise, decades later, is super big, he's not getting as much money as he feels he deserves, but he also, I'm pretty sure he needs the money, so he's trying to strong arm, I guess, with MGM or whoever to try to renegotiate his 40, 50-year-old contract, and they're just not fucking with it. So he was trying to shit on the film, and the film is great. It's the highest opening in the entire Rocky franchise. I think it made 58 or 59 million opening weekend, which is great. Who knows? They're definitely going to try to do a Creed 4. I don't know where the hell that story's going, because the way it ends, you could do another one, but then they're also kind of setting up stuff with the daughter. Like, if they could, like 20 years from now, 15 years from now, they could do something with the daughter. I don't know, okay, cast another kid and do something with that. Numerous possibilities for this franchise. So I'm praising a lot. Things I would have changed. There's not a hell of a lot I would have changed. One of the things I think would have been better if Dane was a really good villain, one of the better villains in Rocky franchises. One thing that he was missing, he needed some fire promos, because there was not enough trash talking between the two. Like, he was talking shit, but it wasn't like some of the old Rocky movies. Some of the villains have like quotables, like if he dies, he dies. I'm like, hey, woman, you wanna sleep with a real man or hang with a real man? Like what Mr. T was talking, like even Apollo has some good quotables too, but like Dame didn't really have too many great quotables. He had some good lines, but like in terms of the showmanship and being the cocky villain, he didn't have all of that. And I wish they could have gave him a couple of moments where he was really like cutting good promos. He's like he does some trash talking. They even said he said a lot of trash talking, but it's like said and not shown. I wish they would have shown that. Another, not really a negative, but it's like the humor. There is humor in it. It's fine. Like, the humor is fine. All these movies have humor. Rewatching the first Creed, I think the understated humor was done a little bit better than in this movie, but not like, it's not terrible or anything. The final fight is really good, especially when both of these guys end up fighting in the sunken place. Like, they literally are fighting in the sunken place. It's kind of cool. You haven't seen it in a Rocky film, but that was definitely some of that anime inspired, where the background is all different. It's just them in the ring, focusing on themselves, and then like their past kind of fucking with them on the outside. Like, that was cool. I like how that was done. The best thing about this is a predominantly black film, and it's not a struggle movie. It's not a slavery movie, and it's not like overly political. Like, not that I have a problem with that, but it's nice to just have a solid, this blockbuster film, some black people being talented and fucking killing it. Like, I love that. This whole franchise is an example of that. And I love that the franchise is growing and it's actually making money and it's successful. I love that numerous people are supporting it, and I want to see more of that as we continue on in years to come. So yeah, Creed 3 is fucking awesome. Leave the hype. Check it out. Pretty much all I got to say for non-spoilers. That's all I got to say for the review. I'm not even going to spoil anything. That's the review. You want to know some stuff, watch it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Stay tuned for more videos. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.